Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Thursday the 9th of March 2023. Today's Millwall news, apparently a bit of an exclusive from this website called footyheadlines.com, and they say Millwall will be the next team to leave Hummel after distributor go bankrupt. In exclusive news, we can reveal that Millwall Football Club will be parting ways with the current kit supplier Hummel, signing a deal with Italian sportswear brand Errea. I don't know if that's how you say it. Errea. And there you go. Millwall will to return to Errea after 5 years. So I don't know if you remember. I'm going to show you in a minute, but let's just read the story. The Errea X Millwall football kit deal comes after Hummel's UK distributor, Elite Sports Group, went into administration. Around 20 UK clubs have been affected by this decision. The deal from Millwall with Elite Sports Group was just signed in 2022, but due to the distributor's financial troubles, Millwall decided to find a new kit supplier. The club have chosen Errea. And there is the kit, that iconic kit, the striped one. You may remember looking at that kit. When I look at that kit, what comes to mind is Steve Morrison and Lee Gregory and winning the playoff final and getting promoted. That's what comes to my mind when I see that kit. This is not the first time that Millwall's worked with Errea, as the Italian brand previously supplied the club with kits from 2016 to 2018. Yes, and one of the reasons why that was only 2 years is because there was quite a bit of complaints about the kits. The advertising, the what you got, the logo was peeling off and stuff when it was washed. So we expect Mill to release their new Errea kits for the 23-24 season in July, and not during the season as Bristol City had done. We have no information on the design. How many UK teams do you think will leave Hummel in total? Let us know in the comments below. Well, so far only one has re-signed with Hummel, and that's Coventry City. So, according to this website, footyheadlines.com, Mill have bailed out on Hummel. They're not renewing the new deal with the new distributors. They are going to someone else after being one of the clubs who had the most amount of money owed to them by the administrators from the failed company. I said in the video the other day, £175,000 it was, there or thereabouts. So yeah, this is the kit that we had before. This one, 16-17 Errea home kit. That helped. We won playoff final in this kit. At the time, it's pretty decent kit. Pretty weird for Millwall. A lot of fans, they're not happy. I don't think they were happy at the time. This was an anniversary kit because it was, as you can see here, this is from footballshirtculture.com. The unique stripe design replicates the kit worn by the Millwall side, which went record-breaking 59 home league games without defeat the 10.5 century ago this year, so 50 years ago. And you can see in the promotion on the left some of the former players there wearing their own version of the kit from that time. So yeah, that's why it was like that, and why it wasn't just blue or just white, and why it was stripes. It was an anniversary kit. So that was one of the kits that they did. So since we've parted from them, what have they been up to? Well, you may have seen this kit. This is from UKSoccerShop.com. This kit made a few headlines around the world. A pretty famous kit. This is a Errea kit for a team in Italy called Pescara. It was based off a kid's drawing. You can see the kid's drawing there, Luigi Di Agostino. And when you look at the drawing and you look at the kit, that's pretty accurate representation of the drawing there. I mean, it's not bad, is it? It really isn't bad. And this kit was, I think it was raising money for something. I'm not too sure what it was, and it became a worldwide bestseller for football collectors. because of the very, very unique design. But so we'll see. We seem to be switching. So this isn't confirmed yet. It could be just a rumor, but we seem to be switching them in July. So that's 4 months away. The Millwall Club shop started to discount the Hummel stuff in January. So you imagine that they knew at that time. So let's say they've got 6 months to make a new design for Millwall, have Errea. So what are they doing at the moment? Like, if they need to deliver a kit for Millwall in 4 months' time, what could we expect? Well, let's have a look and see what they're doing at the moment. This is from Errea.com /UK. This is what they're selling now. These are the kits that they do. They're selling on their website. So you can see they are a bit busy. This is from Catania. I think it's a Spanish team, not too sure. Maybe Italian. So yeah, that's a basketball top, so don't worry about that. And then volleyball. But then we get to Parma. Do you remember them? Parma Calcio. So striped shirts, which aren't really stripes because they've got a kind of lightning zigzag pattern. Maybe that could work. I don't know. Obviously the cross, but following on from yesterday's video, if we had the cross with the red and white, I mean, would the Muslim players wear it? Don't know. But seeing as the red and white cross is a symbol of the Crusades. But so there you go. Moving on to the next pages and seeing some more of their football kits that they're currently selling. Again, the purple one there, that's very busy. I don't know if there's a goalkeeper kit. Portier, is that goalkeeper's kit? I don't know. It's in Italiano. Again, there, the one that looks like an Argentina kit with the stripes that aren't stripes. And then we get to the Luxembourg kit, which is again with the cross, but it's a bit busier. The Luxembourg home kit, red and white, a bit more plain. And then Luxembourg away, very busy. It's got the patterns inside. We got Andorra, we got San Marino. So again, San Marino, just plain white and blue with blue trim, but still very busy in terms of the patterns on the shirt. Malta, that's very basic colours, but again with the patterns. Andorra home kit, based on their flag, very Spanish looking. And the mountains, you would imagine that's supposed to be signifying the mountains there. Belarus there, looking like a carpet. I don't know how they're still able to sell it. I thought there was an embargo on Belarus, so how to get the money. Maybe they're just going to hold it until the embargo is lifted. But here we go, Liechtenstein, very plain, but as you can see again with a micro pattern there in the kit. Moving on to more from Liechtenstein. Again, these are very plain, again with the patterns. Faroe Islands, even more plainer, very basic stuff. For some reason, the home kit on the Errea Faroe Islands, the Errea logo is in the middle of the chest, and then on the away kit it's back over to the other side. Don't know what that's about. Then we get here to, what's it, the Pescara. So the one that I just showed you with like just kind of weird blue shapes on it. So a mixed bag really. They can be absolutely crazy, but they can be quite plain. So we do wonder what they're going to serve up to Millwall fans, and I'm sure whatever they do, that Millwall fans will voice their opinions on it, and won't be backwards in coming forwards now. This has prompted me to have a look on the Lions store, and quite remarkably, they've actually restocked the store. They've put more shirts up for sale on the online store at shop.millwfc.co.uk. and they're still at 50% off. So they've restocked it, and it's all still at 50% off. And some of them have more sizes than others. Unfortunately, if you're after an adult-owned shirt and you're not a fat bastard, or XL, 5XL, you are out of luck. But if we go to the yellow shirt, they still have very many options and sizes to choose from. The only one missing is small. So there you go. Hummel shirts back in stock, and that's your lot. Because moving on from Hummel and going back to Errea. So there you go. Moving on to this. Millwall's Tom Bradshaw nominated for February EFL Championship Player of the Month award. Another one. He was nominated for one that gets voted on. This one is from the panel. This is the official one. Millwall striker Tom Bradshaw has been nominated for the February 2023 Sky Bet EFL Championship Player of the Month award. The importance of Bradshaw's 5 goals stood out in the second month of 2023 as his hat-trick earned a 3-2 win over second place Sheffield United, before he came on to equalise against league leaders Burnley and scored against playoff rivals Luton Town. Bradshaw is up against 3 other players from the second tier, with the judging panel for the award comprising Sky Sports EFL expert Don Goodman, EFL Chief Executive Trevor Birch, and Sky Bet EFL trader Ivor Davies. And the winner will be announced tomorrow, Friday morning. And the other players up for the award are Chuba Agpom, Yalmar Hegdal, and Carl McFadzean. So there you go. Good luck to Tom Bradshaw in getting that award. Now moving on to comments ahead of the match at the weekend at Reading. This is from southwarknews.co.uk. We have an expectation to be there. Millwall manager sets out ambitions ahead of promotion running. Gary Rowett believes that Millwall are no longer surprised to see his side in and around the playoff places given their performances so far this season. Gary Rowett has claimed that Millwall's expectations have changed this season as they close in on a top 6 finish with 11 games remaining. The Lions currently sit just 1 point outside the playoff places after Saturday's 3-2 defeat to Norwich City at the Den, but they arguably have an easier running than most of their promotion rivals. This is a clear difference compared to previous seasons where Rowett's men have often had to work to close the gap on the teams above them. They are now the ones creating that gap on the chasing pack, and their job will be to lead the race heading into the final few games to make sure that they achieve their goal. And the manager believes that his side are now seen in a different way, and that they are no longer outperforming their pre-season expectations, and that they are no longer outperforming their pre-season expectations. That seems to be the opposite of what you're trying to portray here. That they are performing their pre-season expectation. Fans and pundits alike assume that Millwall will challenge towards the top of the division, and as a result, they only have their eyes on a place in the top 6 with the hopes of securing promotion to the Premier League at the end of the season. Our only real change is that we've had an expectation to be there, Rowett told the News. That's not in an arrogant way, it's just because we've been there for 3 years. This year was almost like saying we've been here, chaps, so we've done so well to get to this point, forget all of that, we want to get in the mix. Norwich have had to beat us at the Den to leapfrog us at this stage of the season. A team that were in the Premier League last year. Watford, a team that were in the Premier League last year, below us. Teams like West Brom are 6 points below us at the moment, but obviously they've been on a good run of form. I think we deserve to be where we are, that's the difference. I think the players deserve to be where they are because they've worked incredibly hard over a long period of time. This year feels like we have a little bit more consistency. All of these things are fantastic, but ultimately, you have to get the right amount of points to get in the top 6. At the end of the season, you've either done that or you haven't. That's our mentality this year. People are less surprised about us being there, in which case it feels like you've dropped out of the top 6 rather than people saying, oh, we've been brilliant to get there in the first place. And that's what we want. We want the expectation. We expect it from ourselves. And now we've got to work hard to get back in there. Indeed. Yeah, I think there has been a shift. Not that we feel like it's owed to us, but that we're good enough to compete. That it's not a surprise that you can see that quality has been added to the squad in terms of Oliver Burke and of course Zion Fleming. Various other players, maybe not what we kind of expected them to be in terms of Cresswell and Shackleton. Cresswell's been alright in patches, but in terms of Danny Ballard, I think Danny Ballard was better than him, and it's a shame we couldn't hold on to him, but it is what it is. And I think he got a massive injury for Sunderland, so maybe we dodged a bullet with that one. So, yep. Moving on now to tremendous job. Mill boss has praise for Reading boss Paul Ince ahead of Saturday's Championship meeting. So, this is from londonnewsonline.co.uk, the South London Press's online website. Millwall manager Gary Rowett has praised the job that Paul Ince has done at Reading, adding the former Manchester United midfielder has not been working in easy circumstances. The Royals could be set for a points deduction if the EFL rule that they have not complied with their profit and sustainability rules. Millwall head to Reading this weekend looking to boost their Championship playoff hopes. The Royals are 15th in the table and were defeated 1-0 on home turf by Sheffield United on Tuesday. Paul's done a tremendous job there. It's not been easy circumstances, Rowett told the South London Press. He's had quite a lot of key players either leave or not perform at the same level this year, or not be part of the group as often. To get him in the position they were early in the season, that they've just dropped away a little bit. That's no disgrace at all. He's done a really, really good job on limited resources. I heard Paul speaking about that. They've had a tough run of games. A lot of teams in and around the top six, and you relish those games. You use them as a little bit of a benchmark moving forward. They'll want to win a few of those games to give them a little kick on for the rest of the season. We lost to them at home earlier this season. We know exactly what they can do. They're a strong side, physically capable of sitting in and defending. Andy Carroll is an obvious aerial threat. I signed Tom Ince on a number of occasions, and I know he's got bags of top-end Championship quality. We've got to bounce back from a disappointing result rather than a disappointing performance. At this stage of the season, you've got to move on very, very quickly and bounce back very quickly. It is that time when the games run out. It's not going to be long until we're down to single figures, and every game counts. Indeed. So every game does count. I imagine we'll have a little regroup in a couple of weeks' time when we get to the international break, having played the 3 games against Reading, Swansea, and Huddersfield, and then we'll gear ourselves up for that final little running and final little push, both as a team and as supporters. Now, moving on to this. This is from millwfc.co.uk. They're advertising a Millwall Community Trust event. And is this a sign of things to come? An evening with Neil Harris on Wednesday the 29th of March, 2 hours, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's being hosted at the London Golf Club. So, what's happening here? Well, Millwall Community Trust will host an evening with Neil Harris on Wednesday the 29th of March. Following the success of the Trust's Captain's Evening, the event will take place at the London Golf Club, which is not in London. It's in Stansted Lane, Ash, TN 157E.EH, which is just over the road, the main road, the M20, or M2, whatever you call it, I don't know where it is there, to West Kingsdown. So it's over the road, close to the new training ground, and I'm sure it's going to be frequently visited by many Millwall players after training. The Lions legend and all-time top scorer will reminisce on his storied Millwall career in addition to answering questions from the floor, an auction and raffle to follow. And all proceeds from the evening will go towards the cupboard food bank in West Kingsdown. There is a limited number of tickets available for the event. Under 18s welcome. Car parking is also available at the venue. Food and drink is not included in the ticket price, but there will be pay bar facilities available on the nights, and you can purchase your ticket there. On which leads you to an Eventbrite page. So here we go. It started. Obviously, we got full and final permission following the signing of the Section 106 agreement to build the new training ground, and immediately after that, we have news that the Millwall Community Trust are holding coaching sessions in the Sevenoaks District Council area, and now we've got this event in the Sevenoaks District Council area, which is raising money for a food bank in the Sevenoaks District Council area, in fact in West Kingsdown. So there you go. This is part of doing community work in the community where we are building our new training. I wonder how much money the people who complained about us moving there have raised for the food bank or various other charities. Probably not a lot, but here we go. Millwall are doing their bit, and this event is going to be held at the London Golf Club. So there you go. 29th of March, obviously during the international break. I don't know if there's an England game on or if you're bothered about watching that, but there you go. Evening with Neil Harris. You ever wanted to speak to Neil Harris? There's your chance. Now we're going to finish with this story. I was umming and ahhing whether to put this in, but here we go. Obviously, at the weekend, we had some divs in the Norwich end throwing smoke bombs onto the pitch, and one of them glanced one of the ball boys on the shoulder. Didn't hurt him, apparently he was fine, but obviously you don't want that happening. And 3 of their supporters have been issued with stadium bans. This is from canaries.co.uk, Norwich City official club website. 3 Norwich City supporters have been banned from attending the club's home and away fixtures following an incident during our game away at Millwall. The individuals, one of which was identified as being responsible for throwing a pyrotechnic onto the field of play following our second goal, were ejected from the away section, but was then subsequently arrested by police and have since been issued stadium bans. Following the incident, the club have since received written confirmation from the FA of an investigation into our supporter behaviour. The outcome of this investigation could potentially result in a substantial fine for the club and restrictions on supporters attending our future fixtures. And then they go on about saying, yeah, you can't take pyrotechnics into the stadium. So yeah, I don't know if this affects Millwall, because in the past, and I've always thought it was a bit off that when the away fans would play up, that we would get in trouble for it, especially if they're bringing stuff in, because we're supposed to be checking them on the turnstiles and stopping them from doing this. Now, obviously, when you get a lot of fans in, you can't really deal with that, especially you got people sticking flares up their sleeves or whatever. What can you do? But yeah, so they got banned, and good. Flares? What? Why? What's with the flares? I mean, come on, man. And on that note, thank you for watching, and goodbye.